This car runs on hopes and dreams, so don't you worry.
The adrenaline, the noise, the smell, everything about combustion engines.
You build it, you race it, and you actually feel like you're getting somewhere with it. And it's cars, what's not to love?
My role is to design the intake and throttle body system for BR13 and to win the competition mainly. That's my target, nothing else.
Our own race team.
We could even start our own race team and do it ourselves.
Yeah.
Where else do you get the opportunity to build your own race car when you're 22 with a good bunch of people, good bunch of mates, have some fun?
We've just been pushed back massively, so it's a bit of a fight at the moment to get everything back on track.
I never really thought about why I enjoy it. I just know that I do.
Many congratulations getting to the finish. It's that's good, but yeah, the car could have performed a little bit better.
Yeah, we were stuck in third gear the whole way.
Everything you do is something that you love, so it's physically hard, but not mentally.
We've just been out for our first leg of the endurance. Ramon was in the driver's seat.
I joined up with the team because I knew I couldn't spend the whole year without race cars.
To be honest with you, all I ever think about is winning this competition now.
I think the magic of Formula One is a combination of the drivers and the battles they have, but also the creation of a car. And the great thing about Formula Student is the regulations are there, but they reward innovation. They're quite broad. And I think Formula Student is one of the most exciting forms of motorsport there are in terms of innovation for people to come up with ideas.
Hi and welcome to the University of Hertfordshire UH Racing. My name is Russell Padden and I'm this year's Formula Student team leader, and we're here in our new simulation room with a couple of our members. So on the sim behind me is one of our star drivers, Stephen Baldock. He's been with the team for 4 years now, and he's been one of our key players over a number of years, designing parts on the car and also racing it at the event. And then if we move around to our data wall, we have Dan Spicer, who's a new team member, and then just behind him is Claire Cletheroe. We're now joining Dan Spicer back on the pit wall. What we're looking at now is the Bruntingthorpe circuit with Stephen Baldock driving, and we're going through a number of different tests on the car. This car has taken 6 months to develop, along with the track, which was basically a plain sheet of paper at the start of the year. As you can see, the car is now navigating its way through a series of slalom cones, which is replicated by the movement in the motion platform. On the screen, Dan is actually looking at throttle traces, steering angles, brake positions and RPM, and he's just keeping an eye on the general parameters of the vehicle.
Go straight in, dive in and let's go.
So many tests to do, running the engines to their limits before they blow up, or in fact we blew up, how many engines did we?
We blew up 3 engines last year.
3 engines, yeah. And, you have to take them to the limit so that you know where and what you can go up to, so that in the half an hour endurance race we do in the whole year, that we know what our limit is, and then we can just punish the engine basically to our
We push really hard.
Yeah.
We take everything to the extreme as much as we possibly can.
It's not like in Formula One where there's so many specific rules, isn't it? That there's so much they cannot do, whereas in this there's a lot of things that we could do that other race series can't do, can they? So it makes it almost more cutting edge in some of the race series.
Yeah, it's very, very open formula. It's probably one of the most open formula in the world. So there are very few rules that tell you what you can and can't do. So it's very open to your interpretation.
Yeah, but otherwise it's the sky's the limit almost, isn't it? Yeah, and budget money. Budget's the limit. Yeah.
So what we do from here is we take this model and we go straight into the CFD with it. As you can see, it looks exactly the same. And we've just applied the airflow over this car to show what happens, to be honest.
Okay.
As you can see, the cutout of this part just in front of the wheel. I didn't think that would actually be a part. I didn't think that would create any downforce whatsoever. But what's happening is we can turn this around. The airflow is actually speeding up as you come in through this end plate, going over the wheel, so it's decreasing that stagnation point as well. So you're getting double the effect of, well, you're getting less drag. And you're getting more downforce, which wasn't expected whatsoever.
Yeah, right.
So things like that we learn, we can hopefully take on as well as we move on.
Yeah.
It's not a 9 to 5 job. We're here when it's test day. The next day, it's they basically 24-hour.
Test days,
48-hour
sleepless nights, and we pull it in because we enjoy it. You know, this is an extracurricular activity. We don't have to be here, but we want to be here. And you meet all these different people that are just good at different areas, and then we come together on the team, and you know, we sort of all work together and progress to make the car better. And you know, myself, Karim, and Dave are sort of interested in the same things, so we all sort of gel together with sort of three musketeers of UH racing. I think I'll be driving.
Okay, do you have insurance?
He's dangerous, mate. He's dangerous.
Yeah,
Even when the car doesn't move, he's dangerous.
We've all seen him in his BMW, so never a good time. Yes, yeah, Karim's a bit of a lunatic behind the wheel, aren't you, Karim? So when we get him on the simulator, you see what he's like.
The expectation goes right up when you're there, because you now you're against all the other teams. All of the stuff you built, or the car you've built from that in the whole year, is now on show, and everyone is walking around looking at your car, seeing what you've done, and then all the stakes start rising.
We get very protective as well, so other teams will come and look at our car, and we'll try and cover up certain aspects of it that we've changed, and we'll do the same thing. We'll go out and have a look at the other teams. So we'll go and nose on their car, see what they're up to, report back, say, oh, they're up to this, you know, the weather's changing, let's make a decision quickly, you know, they're going out at this time, so it's really, really competitive.
Me, I think business presentation is probably the scariest thing I've ever done in my life.
So it's a big personal challenge.
It is a very big personal challenge, particularly Germany, so it's live in front of 2,000 people on a stage in the finals. That was particularly nerve-wracking, and if you'd seen me before, then, well, I was a mess.
Party at the end. Party at the end. Yeah. Being on the stage when we win medals is a fantastic feeling. Everyone's pumped up, everyone's out to race, everyone's out to compete, and it's just the stress is on, the pressure's on. If something goes wrong in your department, all eyes are on you. You know, it's sort of highs and lows all at once, and staying up late and going back to the hotel late and waking up tired and really pushing to make sure that your car is the best on the day.
Once the event starts, you don't stop until right at the end.
No phone calls, no girlfriends, nothing.
The human challenge of working in a team, the human challenge of getting lots of people all doing the right thing, and all of you getting caught up in the passion of something which is so focused as a competitive event like Formula Student. And it's exactly the same sort of thing that is so thrilling about being in Formula One, just for slightly higher stakes.
and then to get it tangential, I just draw from this corner point up to this radius here.
If we get it right tonight, we can do the rest on the actual part.
Get it nice and low. Yeah, no problem. You're doing what you love with your friends.
Yep, no problem. Cheers, Luke.
So it develops from simply wanting to make something that's fast and something that's beautiful into more of a relationship with both the team and the people. If I'm honest, I don't really know why I enjoy the competitions. I know I do. It's weird. I can't really explain it. Because a lot of the time at the competition, as well as the enjoyment and the fun aspects, you're down and you're upset. Your car doesn't work, something fails. Whatever can go wrong will go wrong at competition. You can guarantee that. And so there is a lot of heartache involved, but you still, at the end of it, want to go back and do it again.
I think the most attractive part is that when you start to do it, actually you don't know what you're doing. And you ended up to having a very beautiful racing car. And starting from a piece of paper and arrive to a car which performs in the way you want, which matches your simulation and meets your goal, it's fantastic.
You can have the Yamaha R6s sitting at their place. Get a proper engine back of it.
It started out that I enjoyed manufacturing, and from the student was an opportunity to make things that was paid for, so it didn't cost me to make something, and it was also meaningful. I was making something for a purpose, and I got a lot of reward from that. But as it's developed, as I led the team, I enjoy teaching. I enjoy being around people, teaching them what I've learned from the team, and that's a big part for it for me now. As well as friendships, you gain a lot of friendships. This radius is correct.
So is he bossing you?
Sorry?
Is he bossing you?
For the moment. I've always wanted to be part of a team, part of a successful team that can spend so much time on something and watch it work, and knowing that you've contributed to that car, you can say you've been part of the team.
Everything we do is basically, it's new, so you must make some mistake if you want to learn properly. An example, well, we did the nose cone mold, which actually seems to be perfect. We spent about 20 days on it, and after we put on the car, and it was wrong. And maybe something twisted during when we built up the different layer, or maybe not, who knows. The only thing we know is that we need to remake it. It's going to take another 15 days.
I've always been interested in getting my hands dirty, and I was into push bikes, so I'd always have my bike in pieces, and then I'd be putting it back together, and it wouldn't go back together right, so I'd have to buy new things because I'd break things, and then I got a scooter, so as soon as I got a scooter, that came in pieces, and we're changing things, we're making them faster.
If I can manage to keep my girlfriend, yes. I don't know if she's as crazy than me, or, but yes, I'm managing. I'm basically having two lives, one in the day and night, and one all in the night to spend with her. So I'm still doing it.
Last year I missed my friend's 21st. I barely go home and see my friends. I struggle when I go home. I have to kind of, I don't know, especially last year when I was working full time on it, I found it difficult when I went home and I was around my normal friends to kind of relax and get into just chilling out. I'd be twitching, I'd want to be doing something, and I'd get bored because I weren't doing anything, and I don't know, I found it difficult. But you're back a week and then you get back into the swing of it, but you do kind of get a bit different.
I'm only in Formula 1 now to win, to succeed, to win races, to win championships. That drives me to get up in the morning. And seeing teams and seeing these young people punch far above their weight in what they achieve is the thing I find really exciting. It gives them some really intense and fantastic challenges which really raises their levels of commitment. And I've been around some of the universities as well, visiting the teams, and the professors and lecturers who are involved tell me they've never seen so much enthusiasm and so much energy that comes from their students when they're involved with these projects. And they suddenly start to burn the midnight oil, not at the bar, but in the workshop.
Up and down the grid, there's good engineering being done, but at the top end of the grid, the quality of the cars is really properly impressive. You look at it and you think, blimey, I could not have done that at their age.
It's all good fun, it's all friendly banter. This is our 2011-2012 car. Is it? No, it's not. Wait, start again. Oh, I'm sorry, let's rewind there. This is our 2010-2011 car, BR12. It's fairly basic design. We use a 600cc engine from a Yamaha R6 in the back, running the standard throttle body, standard restrictor that we're required to run. The new design for the new car is fairly similar to this. The main change is the front chassis. We're taking it from the rounded front, which looks nice, but isn't the best for joins, where all the joins are inside the chassis, taking it into a more angular front. We've also moving away from the twin-barrel throttle that we've been running before, going back to a more traditional butterfly. The idea of that is to make the throttle more linear, things like that. We're just trying to make the car more user-friendly, basically. The aim of the competition is to design and make a weekend racer kind of car. And at the moment, this car's brilliant, it's really fast, it works really well, but there are lots of setup issues, it's quite difficult to finally tune. So we really want to get a car that can be tuned easily by the competitor. The idea is to keep making everything lighter and lighter. At the moment, as you see, we have quite a lot of bodywork. If we can reduce that, that's some extra mass that can come out and just bring down things to stripping it back to the bare essentials, basically.
Brilliant.
Awesome.
Right, we'll do a UE, go back to do a launch. Cool. Right, and carry on as you are, I think.
You happy?
Just, yeah, keep going up and down and spinning.
Why do we do it? Because it's fun. It's a break from learning. And it's kind of the pride. If you can make a car that goes faster than everyone else, you can prove you're better than everyone else. It's fine knowing that we're better, but you've actually got to prove it sometimes.
I love Formula Student because it brings out the inner child. We're basically big kids that run a race car around, and it's excellent fun at competitions, real team spirit, and yeah, it's an excellent event to get involved in. There's a build-up throughout the year, and sort of you invest more and more of yourself in the project.
We win together, we lose together, you know, we socialise together when we have time, but we don't really have a lot of time because we're just working every hour of the day to get that car ready for Silverstone. And you know, all the pain, the sweat, the blood is worth it by the time we sort of roll up at Silverstone in July, ready to compete and give it our best shot.
From here, I've secured a job with Williams F1, so I'm going in to work with them. Very much looking forward to it. I had a year in industry there, absolutely loved it. Like, it was, I've always, from a young kid, I've always dreamed of being in Formula 1.
The adrenaline, the noise, the smell, everything about combustion engines is what I like it. And there's also this striving to optimise everything, get it absolutely perfect. As engineers, we're perfectionists some of the time, and other times we just need to get it built, and it's that kind of that rush to get a design in or get something built on time before a deadline. That pressure really helps me to work. I find it hard to work without pressure, so this is the perfect environment.
I wanted to come to university to do Formula Student. I came to Brunel to do Formula Student. Had to wait 2 years, but like last year was best year of uni so far. It's just the whole team mentality. You know, it's a lot of hard work, a lot of hours. You've got to do a uni course at the same time, which just gets in the way, to be honest. But fortunately, we still need the qualification at the end of it. But yeah, it's a way of life.
The mood changes throughout the build process and design process, because we have peaks and troughs. There is a lot of adrenaline, sometimes tempers run high, but ultimately everyone's there for the same reason, they want to win, so that's what we focus on.
It's quite an experience. Like the car itself is it's got a 600cc 4-stroke bike engine in it, so basically it loves to rev. It's got loads of low down torque, like basically more power that you really, the rear wheels will spin up so easily. So it's quite a challenge, and on this sort of tight course around here, really good fun. Loads of spinning up the rear wheels, turn around, and really good in front of all the people that have come to have a look what's going on today.